start streaming?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, man. Well, there's a few. God, I thought no one loves us anymore. All right, guys. Comes a few coming on. Yeah, pretty interesting lineup today. Looks like you guys needed a little goose from Monte Crypto this morning. I did post that kind of late last night. Oh, so I got... oh, that's great. I see some stuff in here. So I see a good mix of... It's mostly crypto today. I think I only see one... oh, no, there's two. So we got a couple... couple of traditional assets. The rest is all crypto today. How we doing? Oh, so there's 14. All right, we get a couple more. Hey, guys, what's up? PK, 83 Madden. Best on track. All right. Sabib. All right. 83 Madden. I like your handle. Moltres. Wait, Guido. Is that Guido? Guido, you got a new handle or something? I don't think Guido's. I don't know if Guido's ever been on one of our live streams. Ahmed Mohammed, hello from Cairo. Hey man, how's it going? All right, appreciate you guys. We're here. Yeah, well, you know, the markets kind of suck right now, so good time to work up on some TA and see what's going here. Oh shit, how we doing? Well, that's probably enough. Cian Salazar, how's it going, man? Yeah, Monday Bloody Mary is exactly right. Oh, I should have used that. I don't know if you guys realize that every time I post a video on YouTube, it has to have a different title. We're at over 3,000. Do you know how many titles that is? I have to keep like a little notebook of video title ideas because you cannot have two that are identical. And who wants to watch a video like, oh, Bitcoin retracing here, what now? I mean, how many? Oh, the only thing missing is the big oh no face, the oh my face. God, I cannot believe. Now, I get so many people tell me, oh, you have to do that to get clicks. I'm just, that's never going to happen. I'll take fewer clicks. Oh, Guido, your son changed it? Oh, I was going Moltres. Well, that must be Italian for badass. Okay, so let me start up here. Well, let's get rid of our disclaimer here. So I got PK Acevenda gave us some really nice work here. This is Curve. I didn't know. I had to ask Monte Crypto what these guys were about. Looks like we've got some history here. So this is Curve on Binance. So where are we coming from here? Wow, that's quite a... usually the opposite of what you see when it hits the exchange. So that's a rough ride to start with. Although if somebody was looking to be a buyer, well, let me get that off. I take volume off, not to imply anyone watching that I don't pay attention to volume, but just I don't like where they put it here. If they could put it in an indicator below, right? Look what all the shit he has down here. I don't like that it takes up chart space here. So that's why I don't want anyone to think, oh, well, we don't need to look at volume. I'm obsessed with volume as a futures trader. That's all I'm focused on is mostly volume. Okay, so this is oh shit, hang on, I gotta turn. Speaking of futures, as my alerts are going off over there. Okay, so what are we doing here, PK? We're thinking correction, makes sense. This looks kind of Bitcoin-like, but look at this pretty impulse to start with. Well, so, I mean, this is the classic, okay, well, what else is it likely to be? It's not, I mean, what do we get here? Can we get an impulse out of that? No, well, look at the start, right? So right off the bat, it already feels like, well, that's not the 1-2 boom that you were looking for. So the idea that we've got some sort of a correction, I can't say I love that color there. We've got some sort of a correction going on here. It seems the most probable. Oh, okay. So this looks kind of sexy. So this is clear as a bell, right? The first impulse and the move down. So we are in log scale. So of course I'm going to check this just out of curiosity. Well, looks like that's pretty tight right there. So front run, it's hard to call that. Maybe. WXY seems to make the most sense. So there's 3 into an A. 3 into a W. Oh, that's pretty sexy right there. Look how he's getting there. Like so, ABC, ABC, AB, expanding the B into the C. That's a tough count there. Well, he drew it out for us so we could follow along. That's pretty creative work. But what else could it be? Right? So you're if you spend enough time working on this, you're almost forced into it. But you can't get a 1-2 really unless you're force fitting. I might probably just kind of, oh God, creating view. You can tell I've been on Ninja all morning. Okay, so double taps here. You can, right? So he just done a nice job here. So find your 3s and 5s, right? So here's a clear 5, right? Here's a clear 5. Well, this is the obvious 5. So we keep the count here. Oh, that wick down here looks pretty interesting. So do you want to be a buyer down here? Well, okay, so the first, just looking at the balance of price and time, this is a pretty long second. I don't think there's any alternative here. I don't think there's any question that we have not gone 1-2, 1-2. So the idea that it's all corrective seems to make the most sense. This looks like a pretty good diag. So a candidate here. So I mean, he's acknowledging here. Okay, we could be done here. It would be, well, a little funky, but not crazy, right? Actually, probably looks like it frames out pretty nicely. If we do it, we can bring that back. Frames out pretty nicely. It's almost like a flat. 3, 3. Can you make that work? Yeah, you can get. Is there? You got an alternate in here? Let's see here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a little. I kind of want to go into a 3 there, because you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5 right there. A, B, C. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay, so that's what he's doing. So could that do it? Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's what he did, right? I'm just not reading it right. So it works as a diag, right? Nice diag. So if we're done, is this going to fly? 1, 2, that looks all right. 3, A, B, C into the 4 into the 5. It looks pretty good, although this is horrible. Right? That's not the nice tight correction you'd like. Well, what's the alternate? So let me follow along with your count that we've gone. We're going to have another leg in this. So if 2's coming over here, then we're just putting in, that's the A. God, so are we going to do it this way? We might. It looks like A. Oh, fuck, come here. A, B, C. To get that B. Well, so that's kind of a high-class problem here. So if it's A, B, C, you'd be looking to get into the C. Oh, we got anything down here? Oh, all right. We probably got an order block right there. If we're going to come down that far, can't say I want to buy it that far. And you already got mitigated here. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how do we not call that a 5, right? I think that's pretty much. Oh, I want to finish it there. hard to ignore that. Okay, let's see here. What are you thinking, PK? It looks like you're open to possible. Boy, that's kind of sucks, doesn't it? Well, let's just measure it. How's that 3 look? Okay, well that right off the bat makes you think, well, maybe I got to put the 3 here, right? So if we're doing that, how does that change things for us? If this is 3, 4, 5, and then could this be an AB here? You're gonna have to, that's gonna be the 3, 4, 5. So that actually works, right? The structure here actually plays pretty nicely. So oh fuck, where'd that come from? Let's get. So if that's A, B. Oh, it's not clean, is it? 1, 2. God damn, that's, I don't like the look of that at all. Let's go to a 2 here and pull back a little bit. All right, this is a tricky one. I can't say I love it. You're already taking that out. Well, it's a tricky one. All right, so where can we find what the algo did last? What did you do? All right, so there it is, right? It's just completed. Boy, this is a lot of hurry up and wait. If that's going to be down here, that doesn't work. That's got to go up. Let's go. Boy, tough one right off the bat. I don't know, PK. This is. Oh, we're still in log scale. Do we need to be in log scale? Yeah, I guess we do. Would I do that only because you can see these channels here are defining the market pretty nicely. Come here. I mean, hard to argue with that. So A, B, C, that doesn't work, right? So we can't be finished here, and we just had an algo play here. So what's our alternate here? 1, 2. Fuck, that's not really what we want here. All right, let's. It's kind of a tough one. I keep pulling out to a higher time frame to say what am I missing here? Well, this is just a lot of confusion here. Okay, that we can't argue with. That's a diag all day. Okay, so the best case scenario here would be A, B, C. That's what you'd want. So correcting this. This one's broken. So do we have to go down that much further? Would you want to be a buyer down here? Boy, not as it sits there right now. I wouldn't be. I mean, there's really no reason to be looking to be a buyer just yet. There's no evidence of a low or any divergence or any reason to think that that's just not going to keep coming. Well, here's the last order block you might be able to play with. Oh god damn, this is a. Let's see here. This one completes. So we're right in the middle of a series. That completes, then you get the reaction. Then is that the front run? Probably. Boy, I wouldn't go near this until I got down something to give me some signs of okay. I need a higher. I need to break this pattern right now. Look, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We get a little change of, so you get the change of character here, right? You do get that. Now it looks like we're coming all the way back down, so you might be able to fine tune. Oh, I might fatten that up a little bit. If we're going to come down that hard. But this is just a big question mark. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's so freaking clean. A, B, 1, unless we're shit. I don't see any reason to take a trade there just yet. Now maybe if we come down a little bit, because this is okay. I need more because what I don't want to do here is this doesn't feel right. A, B, C. Because if that were the case, this would be the 1, 2, right? So 1, 2, we're going to have a monster C. That's what you're kind of implying here. If it's going to trade that way. and the B is a little iffy. I got nothing here to really lean into. Maybe you come down here, you get a pop, right? So if it's going to hit the order block, one thing with an order block, you want it to come out of there fast. You don't want it to meander around here. Oh, let's tap it again. Let's get it. That's not where you get the good reactions, right? You want it to come out fast, and then maybe you'll get something like this to work off. I'd be just on hold here. I don't think. I mean, I see there's pieces that are really technical, but I don't see enough here to say, oh, that's what we got below. You're kind of, okay, maybe a little threat here. We got the RSA down, but it's not enough to say, okay, time to be a buyer. Well, just, let's see. Come here. Let's go back to, what did you give me, an 8 hour? Well, even with the change of character, so the short-term trend is clearly down. So I'd need to see this, right? This would have to come in here. If we're going to do this, I don't even fucking know how we're going to do this. AB, we're going to do some sort of a C down here before I'd even be looking. Because the Elliott's kind of keeping you out of any long here, because there's no pattern that we can look at and say, okay, well that's clearly this, so we can anticipate this. There's nothing really here to lean into yet. Right? No, right now it just looks like it's doing a V. Right? It just looks like we're going to do this. Right now, maybe you get a reaction. So that before, you're going to have, well, all of this has to break. So you'd want to get these broken and then get something down here. Maybe we get a reaction here, but I'm going to need some nice 5 to come out of there and then take the first retrace. Otherwise, this is just the path of least resistance is down. So unless you're teeing up for a short here, PK, which, shit, I shouldn't, at this point, I shouldn't always assume it's a long. Until we get down into some of these lower levels here, I don't see any reason to go near that. Maybe you get some sort of a expanded B down here, but we're going so far, I don't like to look at it. So I'd have just no trade. This would just be on hold. If you like the project, I'd just be hold. Give me more information. Oh, where's even this, right? So maybe it's a little tap here, but how would you be labeling that, right? A, B, can't do it. I tell you what, PK, that's just hold. Give me more reveal. There's nothing there you can lean into other than maybe you get a bounce here. All right, but still, the whole point would be to set you up for another sell. So, all right, tough one right off the bat there, PK. I got nothing here I can advise you on there other than to sit tight. CPT lunchbox. I'm curious what that's derived from. CPT lunchbox, capital X, small x. Interesting handle. All right, so let's keep moving here. See if I can get something we can work with a little bit better. All right, so this looks interesting. So we got our 50 EMA on this. Pirate Chain. Oh yeah, I remember these guys. Is there anybody who doesn't know what that is right there? Anybody doesn't recognize a golden corner pocket? Boy, that's some big meat up above, right? If that's going to hit. Woo. Well, you'd be going for a third up here, really. I mean, you could do it here, but it looks like it might take a little bit longer to get there. That's going to have a lot of work to do to get up there. I've seen them take years and still do it. Well, so here, this would be your 1618. Just kind of looking here. Okay, let's go from the daily on Pirate Chain. Oh, that looks like some good work in there in Lunchbox. Looks like ABC into the WX. Looks like that's all pretty clean. Let's go to an 8 hour. Let's see how we look on the launch. 5 out of the chute. That's kind of what I was talking about before. Like, give me something here that I can lean into. That's a nice looking 5. Hang on. Okay, so we come out of the chute. I get a 5. Well, I'd be with you there. So if the 2 would be here, if it's WXY. There's another 5. Oh, let's go to a 4. So yeah, this is starting to look better and better. Okay, so we got our one wicked off. It's all very nicely done. Use this wick or it can be ignored. Use this, well, okay, right, so that's a bitch. Well, you can't have it here, right? So we can't, well, let's see here. Where's our high up here? I get you, that's frustrating. Let's see what you mean here. Well, we can't go 1-2, right, and break that pivot. That's a no-no, right? Wick or not, you can't do that. But I can see your point, right? As you're saying, yeah, okay, it's all wick. That's just a stop run. But technically, we can't label it that way. There's certain rules that it's just wick or not. You just simply cannot break. That would be one of them. So what do you're kind of fucked there. What do you do with that? You'd have to do it this way. You have to put it there. You're kind of stuck with that. Oh, that's not a crisis here. Interesting, right? So you can kind of see what they do here, right? This is all just manipulation here, right? This is all grabbed up because who's buying up here, right? I have this now pinned in certain channels, right? So people never forget, right? We never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, buy the high or the low, right? It's just you're asking for an ass raping. Okay, so we're coming here. Oh, I might probably get the 34 in there. 38, I should say. 38 to the tick. Nice little pop here. Okay, so the 50, right? It's always a good reference, a good short term. Well, not even short term, but it's a magnet to the market, right? A lot of algos will use it. All the way here now sideways, right? So there's no trade here. You're likely in a squeeze there. Coming down here, so A, B, what are we doing there? So if that's, oh fuck, if this is A, B, and we're working on a C, well, that's all. Just look at that schlop there. So, you know, that's always where it kind of might be a good idea to look at a line chart just to get, okay, what's really going on with closes here. Those wicks are problematic. So while you're stuck here, you can't ignore the wick. Jesus, I see why you want to, right? You want to, you can get that thing done. Yeah, man, tough week, right? Right out of the gate here. Well, two things. Okay, so let's just look at what's staring at us in the face. What is that here? Okay, so where are we under the 200? So this is the God EMA, right? It's just the average of the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA, right? So we're below that. We're below the 50 moving average envelope. We're tagging the 38. So if you wanted to be a bit more conservative, if you're interested in the long side, well, at the least you'd want to see it. Let's at least get above the 50. So maybe you're going to hit your head here at the 200, right? But then you're just waiting here. So now then, where's the 50, right? Maybe you're looking at something smaller time frame. You're looking for that. That's what you're after here. So because what we're after is the 4, right? We're right in the pocket, right? This is the highest probability for a 4, right? Down a degree, 3, 4. We're at the 38 between 23 and 34, highest probability for a 4. So everything is teed up there. We're in the middle of a bull move. What was our 1 to 3 looking like? Well, first, let's see how we did here. Okay, so we're not, it looks like it's a 1272. Well, it's only 100. Interesting. It looked like it was more than that. So you're just long enough. It's not the 3 you'd hope for, but it's perfectly valid. So this is a, well, okay. So what are you doing here? You're trading on the assumption that that's not going to break, and that the C may, well, you just got slopped there. Well, let's do it this way. At least get on the other side of that 50, of the 50 envelope. Now, you could take it right here. Look what your risk reward here is. Not bad, right? I mean, it's not, if we're going to use that, well, just use the algo target here. We're using that because you can be one tick underneath that. What do you got there? There's 9 to 1. And that's assuming that all we do is hit the algo target. Oh, what's the internal here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's solid. So, well, the alternate would be it's 1, 2, 1, 2, since we didn't get a 1, 6, 1, 8, or we just barely cleared the 100. Now, why? What did we run into there? What's holding that from going? Hello. Oh, that's weird. What do I have to do? Refresh that? Change the time frame? Why did I lose all this? That's weird. What do I have to do? Refresh the chart? Oh shit, I think I'll lose everything. Wonder why I did that, huh? Well, let's see, I can't, I need to pull from somewhere up here. I'm trying to figure out why is it the 50? I wish I could, what the fuck? Weird. I'm thinking if I reset it, I don't know why I can't get that. Weird. Well, obviously, whatever I pulled from here had some impact here. And if that's right to the 50, right? I can't, fuck, for some reason it's not letting me get that. I think if I hit refresh, I'm gonna lose all the shit I just put on it. But let's try it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so did that come back? Nope, still. God, I've never seen TradingView do that. I'm gonna be pretty close right up here because this is where the B is. So likely we're just running into the 50 here. Jesus Christ, I'm having a hard time getting started today. Okay, so if we can get up here, well then we have golden zone here. So reasonable target to be launching for that, or at least the golden zone up here. You might get a little more out of that. Now you're 13 to 1. Okay, so then the question: why not take that trade? Right, if you're looking for a trade, why not take that trade? Well, the only thing I would see is just the timing of this. I mean, how important it is to you to get on the other side of the 50. I would tell you that's always a good reference point to say, okay, can I get on the other side and then tap it from above, right? Rather than say, okay, that looks like it's done. You gave me a bunch of stuff down here, didn't you? Oh, I thought we had more down below. Oh, that's all right. We don't need it. So the attraction here is that you've got such a clearly defined location here where you're out, right? It's just so right? Can we enter as close to where we're wrong as possible? Well, that's pretty damn close. Because literally one tick is all it takes to invalidate the count as it is. Now, as I said, it could be 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going down, you'd be down here looking again. Plenty of structure to play off there. So if you're going to take it here, the assumption is that is the 3, and because this is a better bet for the 4. I can't say I hate it, right? I just would want to see. Well, let's see. Let's go down to let's go to a 1. Let's see a little bit of. Well, there's a good example, right? This is not uncommon, right? So we'll cross the 50 and then hit your head at the 200. It's not uncommon. So can you get? Well, think of it this way. So there's all sorts of algos that key off the 200, so they won't even take a trade unless it's on the right side of the 200. And many strategies, bots, whatever, there will be no longs unless you're on the other side of the 200. So you might look for this to at least get a little traction. So if it comes out of there, okay, well, okay, is that going to, have you missed the move if we get that, or even a little further? Probably not. You probably got some resistance up here, right, you're going to have to deal with. So this is where you got to be patient. This is probably one of the biggest problems people have, is that they're impatient. It's like, God damn it, I want some money now. Well, so you force the trade really before it's there. Is it there? Well, okay, we're at a 38. Is that enough? Not for me. Unless I was just absolutely in love with this pair and I just wanted to get long. I would want to see something to come up here so I could be trading the retrace of the first sign of something bullish, rather than, okay, well, it's at a level that I know it may hold. It might hold. That's just trading because you're bored, or it might hold. There's not enough there, I think, particularly as the risk assets continue to be kind of challenged here. Okay, might hold, but are you really worried you're going to miss a big move here, right? It's not likely to just do that in a straight line. I mean, fuck, I say that then, right? But even here, it gives you, that's what I mean right there. Okay, look, so we get the 50 starts to rip. You get on the other side of the 200. There's the retrace. That's the trade. Same thing here, right? But at least here you're on the other side of the 200. Really, this is a setup for a sell. Just if you're looking at moving averages. So if you're going to say, okay, well, this is the impulse, this is the retrace, well, give me some signs that we're done. like this, that's a great example right there. Okay, get on the other side of it, retrace back. Look what comes off of it. Kind of the same thing here, because you're looking for something bigger up here. But this is actually, if you think about this, this is actually an incredibly bullish setup. Because if this is going to complete here as a 1, well, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but if this is 1, 2, and then this is the next 5, whoa, did this just get bullish? Right? What are we talking about here? We're talking about, oh, come here, trading view, fucker. 1, 2, 3. Right? We're looking for something way up here for the 3. So see, thus it's worth waiting for it, because you don't want to get all caught up in here or blow some money, or if this is a coin you really want to go for, you think it's got big potential, you want to be sure you got dry powder right there. I mean, of course, I don't have this yet, but the other thought is let the 5 complete here, because there's always risk that the thing runs, but if this is going to hold as a 5, what are you worried about? That you're going to get a massive extension in the 5th and go take out the highs? Does that seem probable? Anything's possible, but less likely. You could let this thing complete the 5. Now you have no uncertainty of, okay, I got my golden corner here, and a 5 came off of it on an 8-hour retrace. You're just chomping at the bit for this. Of course, what would you have here, right? Another golden. I don't have it, of course, right? I don't have it yet, but you'd have another golden. With some big fat targets. If that's 1, 2, at least there. Impatience is plagues. It's like a cancer amongst traders, right? If you give into it, it just usually leads to bad outcomes. Sometimes you get away with it, but trading because you're bored or you're frustrated or you're impatient or like, God damn it, I'm fucking tired of this all the down movement in the crypto market. I'm just tired of it. So I'm going to buy something. That will get you into, I've done it. I can only, people often comment, God, it feels like you're looking at my charts. It's because everybody makes the same mistakes. Because I've made all these mistakes. That's the only reason I can speak to these with conviction, because I've done it. I've been bored and gone, fuck it, let's just take it, let's see what happens, right? It's just rarely do you get a good outcome from that, rarely. But when maybe you've got some drawdown because crypto's been, so soft lately, and you're just like, God damn, I got to do something to fix this. That is a very dangerous, it's very common, it's very human, it's very, very, you got to try and resist that temptation to just trade because you're trying to make something happen in your account. That's almost never going to work out well. So patience, right? Frustrating, but true. All right, CPT Lunchbox. It's great setup here, though. That golden corner is wow, that's one to frame if it hits. All right, so let me keep moving here, as that's about all I can add there. I got how do I say this? Yeah, boy DYL, that's it. And we got an alternate Bitcoin counter. All right, well, I'm curious to see what you're thinking. It is taking, I was semi-surprised that it had been in that triangle for a year. Well, if it's going to be a triangle, we don't know that it's going to be a triangle, but it appears like that's still a contender. 365 days. Oh, look at the markets turn around. Boy, it's just pure, there's no news, so it's just pure market manipulation today. I'm just peering over my shoulder, looking at the NASDAQ, just tagged VWAP. Okay, so there's a daily. So what are you thinking here? Yeah, boy, DYL. You're thinking that I've seen this count. It's perfectly valid. As I said, I've seen some really good Elliotticians that are leaning into this count. So that would mean, okay, so what that would mean here is that, I'm just going to put these down here because I got to have something up here. That means that you went into your big 3 here. All right, so ignore these, right? Well, I guess, let's see. So this would still be way up here. All right, these are not relevant here. I'm just trying to give you the big 3 up here. Okay, so your thought, I guess I can use this. Your thought is the 4 is in here. Perfectly valid, right? We have not violated, so. Again, as I said, I've seen some very good Elliotticians, right? So for me, this doesn't feel like we balanced out, right? So I've spoken that to ad nauseum. This is interesting. Okay, so we're connecting these 2 pivots. Okay, is there relevance here? Okay, could be. That's how you'd get there, right? You got to go 1, 2. Oh, let's see. How'd you do that? Okay, well, let's go with it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now coming down here, I'm with you. I think that's a 3 all day. So if the 4 is in here and we went 1, you're missing a label here. So we've got to get, so let's take this down a little bit. So what do you got there? Minuet, that's a little big. Okay, so let's go, if this is the 4, we got to get some upper degree here. So this would be 1, this would be 2, and I don't hate this, right? This is pretty good. 3, 4, 5, right? Why not? Let's go, we're going to minuet here and get that. Let's put it in green here. Okay, so 1, 2, deep 2. Diag to start. We are in log scale. Okay, I'm gonna, not that I don't like that, I'm just gonna hide it. Okay, so here's the uptrend we're working off of. Okay, how's that diag look? ABC. Okay, so okay, if we do it this way, then this is the issue I've had, kind of wrestling with that, because, well, okay, so we all are seeing the same thing here. What do we do with this, right? Because you can certainly see the 5 in there. So what it means is you've got to go, oh fuck, how are we gonna do this? You got to go A, B, C into that. And it's a little bit of a, you can do it on a smaller time frame, but the 1, 2 it's a little force fitty. Oh shit! Let's see if you're doing it this way, ABC. Well, let's just leave it. If that's the 2, triangle B, right? So the same thought process here, that this is A, B, C into a 3. Okay, well, so that actually may fly, right? So the one we want to look for is the 50 for the 1 through the 3 in a diag, right? So the 50 is always a good spot to look for that reaction. You got it. You got the reaction here. Good to see Bitcoin's moving a little bit. Back over 40. That's good to see. Oh, right. So you guys know because I've been posting that. There was an order block right there. So we've come down and tapped that. Well, that's actually kind of an example of what I was talking about here. Once we get into it, we want to come out of it pretty fast, right? So if there are unfilled orders or bulls are defending here, you want to come out of it quickly. If you can, that's the ideal scenario here. I don't like to see them linger. I'm more prone to get out. So what would we have here, right? How do we finish that? Right? How do we reconcile what sure looks like a 3, right? So it would have to be some sort of corrective piece of that. Okay. Well, you didn't leave me. Did you leave me hanging here? You didn't finish here. All right. So what are we going to do with that? So if that's oh fuck, what are we doing? Well, it can't be 1, 2, right? So we know that. So it's got to be A, B. Oh fuck, how are we getting that done? We got to finish with a 3. That's a bit of a fucker right there. So how we get this? So you see the conundrum, right? How are we getting that into a 3? Well, it's just as much a conundrum in the triangle. So I think this is how are we going to do this, right? So it looks more like it's an A, B, C, right? So that might be W, right? You can, well, fuck, can we do this? It's not quite a triangle, but let's go with X there. Now, you'd have to be finishing the Y down here, and that is a bit of a problem. Oh, what can we do here? Can we go to a 1 and get anything better here? We got to finish with a 5, right? We don't get the luxury of not having that. If you're an elitician, right, we've got to finish with a 5, right? That is not a 5. So you got to back into it and say, well, if it's not a 5, okay, what are my alternatives? Oh, doesn't look like this would be part of a diag. It looks like it's an ABC, right? So you'd be trying to, can we get this done as a double or a triple? So it looks like you'd have to do it, right? That looks like to make this count fly, looks like what you're going to have to do. Right, so let's stick with the ABC as a W. Well, some sort of X there. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B. Can we get it done? Yeah, I think we can. There would be Y, X. Oh, fuck, I can't say I love that. It's a little tight, right? So you see you got this nice big WXY here, and then we're going to do a little baby It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. This little sell-off here is kind of fucked us right on the bull counts here. It's a little, well, that's about the only thing I can see here that would make that fly. We're still in log scale. I don't think you need to be in log here. So even if you, I like to get out of log because I like to use a regression channel. So we got to get out of this channel. I don't see an alternate here that I like a whole lot better. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to double bottom it down there. So you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get that to finish into a double bottom, A, B, C into the X, A, B, C into the Y. So that's really all that's all you got there. You're going to have to live with that, which is not ideal, but you know, market, particularly Bitcoin, doesn't often give us what's ideal. Is this our, yeah, I think it is, right? So that's the same one we posted here. So here's the golden zone. Are we holding here? Fuck, I can't see it. Get you out of there. Yeah, we did. I'll just take the order block off. Okay, so swing on Coinbase here. So we're going from the low here to the high. We've held the golden zone. Now, this would, in fact, give you a golden corner, but it's a little bit long. You would want to use this one because that's what's giving you the golden zone down here, although the geometry is a little, it's too long, right? Typically you want this to be a little closer here, but I mean, it is what it is, right? So the problem there is that it's not, well, problem, right? It's a high class problem. You're going to hit if this starts to go, you're going to hit the median line way sooner than you want. You don't want to burn your 80% that fast, ideally, right? You want it to have a greater slope so there's a bigger run to get to it. But, you know, would you be sad if you got from 38 to 46? Probably not. Oh, I'm going to hide some of that. Here, this is a good thought. Yeah, boy, well done. You left me hanging here, but I think that's the only way you can solve that because of that 3. So we got to really watch here now to say, okay, does this roll over into a 5? Right? It doesn't look like it would. So this has got to get some legs here, right? We got to get something out of here. We got to be breaking resistance on the way up, and there's going to be a shitload of it, right? So starting with, well, the dominant, right? That'll be the first thing we got to deal with, right? So even just getting to the median line, right? You're going to have to get through that. Unless you can get through over here. Oh, what's that one? I'm going to take that one off. This is the one you drew here. So 1, 2, 3. Well, I mean, shit, that could very well do it. So I come back to, okay, what do I not like about this count? It's not that it's not valid. I just don't like the imbalance here between the 3 and the 4, which I've talked about ad nauseum. Here, this would be one. I mean, there's a way it works. Oh, fuck, come here. We got to do it this way. But you see, right? I mean, again, I've been over that so many times on Bitcoin Friday. I figure I don't need to do that. But that's my issue with it. Whereas if we bring it over here, it starts to balance out all the better. Right? I want to put the 4 over here. That's just me, right? I could sure as hell be wrong. Long fucking wait, right? It's over a year. I think about a year and a few days now. So that's perfectly valid. It's good, very creative thought, ya boy. Good thinking. That might be what we're getting there. Oh, I kind of want to put it there, but. Okay, well, see, now I'm in log scale here, right? So do you note the difference here? If I'm in log scale, we don't make the golden zone. If I come out of log, we just tap the golden zone. It's the log scale conundrum, right? So it's a pain in the ass, right? But you've got so much range here. So so if nothing else, right? If nothing else we learn from this chart, look at the algo fire as it gets there. Right, it was right in your, right? You can literally see it happening. Right, that's software firing as it taps the golden zone. Right, shown it 10,000 times. There it is, happening in real time, right in front of you. Good count, yeah, boy. We'll see. Right, if that's going to play that way. Shit, it might. Wouldn't that be funny if it did? Right, interesting. All right, so that would be just as bullish, right? So we've done a 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, it's still all the implication is we're going to break that 70K high. Okay, good work. Good work. Okay, Mr. Jack here. What are you giving us? Oh, we're going to trads. Okay, Mr. Jack, I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back. All right, what do we got? CHWY. CHWY, is that the dog thing? The dog food company? Or is that CHWY's? CHWY? No, CHWY. I'm thinking of a local Mexican restaurant, CHWY's. CHWY, isn't that the dog food thing? What do we got here? Oh, is that right, Justin Lantrip? Bitcoin and NASDAQ hit the golden at the same time today? Well, that wouldn't surprise me since they're literally trading in lockstep. Well, they have been. Looking over at the market. Wow, that's interesting day. Okay, so what do we got here on CHWY? All right, this looks pretty good. Well, just since I don't know the asset here, I always start with the daily. Okay, so this is nice, right? So we got, oh, fuck, here I am going to do it again. Take this, just give it a little more screen space. Okay, so this must be my absolute low. I'm sure it is. Oh, I don't know that we need to count that, but it's impulsive. Corrective. So we've got a modified shift here, right? Down and over 50. So we've got it, which for a correction makes sense. A, B, C into a W. Oh, fuck, it doesn't matter, right? A, B, C into an X. A, clearly a 5, right? Got to deal with it. There's the B. All right, got another 5, right? So if this had gone 1, 2, right, you'd have been off to the races here. But A, B, C. Oh, interesting. Oh, look, that's cool, right? Good work, Mr. Jack. Okay, so we came into, from the B, I got a 5, right? Then I got a 3. Interesting. A, B, C into a 1. Oh, that's really good work, right? So trying to, okay, so what do you do with it? Because your first thought is A, B, C into a zigzag. You're thinking, oh, 5, 3, 5, I got it. Well, 1, you don't get a 5 that comes off of it. You get a 3 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get a 5 that comes. Oh, that's probably worth labeling here for anyone who's watching. That's a perfect fucking 5. God damn, can't script them any better. Perfect 5. So do you see how the market is forcing him into that, right? So you're here. You've got. Well, wait a minute. 5, 3, 5. What the fuck? Oh, what do I do with that? Right. So then it becomes okay. Well, if the zigzag is not complete here, and I've gone into a 3, and I followed with another 5, then it's a process of okay. Well, what could it be? What else could that be? Right. And this is really actually quite creative to think. Oh, it's all just part of an ABC. Right. This is not connected to this. Well, it is indirectly. As opposed to a zigzag that completes here, we get an A, a B, and then we're still working through the correction here. Very, very. Very solid work there, Mr. Jack. Okay, so now we come into this contracting diag. God damn, look at that setup here. Whew. God, I'm going to take this. So A, B, C into this down here. Okay, so and as he's rightly noting here, just because it's there doesn't mean, well, oh, it's there, time to be a buyer. Let's see some evidence of some strength, right? Because right now there is no evidence of this trend changing. None, zero, not one swing. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Why would you assume that's going to change just because it's there? It's got to show it to you. Why try and pick the turn, right? As you've heard me say 1,000 times, there's never, ever, ever a reason to be the hero there. You don't need to do that. It's just adding risk. Why take that risk? Because you want to post it on Twitter? It's just dumb, right? Let it hit. Okay, show me the strength. Right now, you just got another measured move, right? Look, Jesus, look how good that is. All right, so first, it actually is doing it in the opposite order. Usually, it'll hit 50 and then retrace and then go golden zone. Here we go golden zone, retrace and tap the 50, right? So interesting. Both of them tapped, right? I wonder if the algo's in there. Both of them. All right, so reasonable to assume we're going to come down here. Oh, well, you got an order block right there. So could we get down to the other side of it? Yeah, why not? Right, but all the more. Okay, well, we're just tapping it right now. Well, if I did it, I use this here. Oh, well, hardcore, right? Might do it that way. That's assuming we're not going to get a new low here. But some, right, I would tell you that it's all down here through the pivot low. Well, all right, so we would have to, if the algo, see, this is a good example here. Remember, hitting an algo target is not a buy signal, right? This one, you kind of want this to get to second so that you can clear this actually what you'd have here is a breaker block, right? So if we can break the little order block here and come down, break it, get above, and then come back to it, breaker block, right? So that would be a place to be a buyer, and so it's kind of the same situation. You're just going to have to be patient here. Well, okay, so there's two things we can look at and say, well, do I want to be a buyer here? Well, probably not, right? Not until I get a higher high. Well, I don't know, daily though, but okay, give me a higher high. Something, right? Some sign that, okay, well, this series of lower lows and lower highs is breaking. Give me at least give me one higher high before I start buying. It's, with great sell, right? Great sell right into that. Oh, shit, what are we going from 46 to 37, right? Almost $9-10 there on that. Not a bad trade. Let it complete. If it completes, right, as he's giving you the roadmap right here, is to come down. Okay, if you get second target, oh, look at that. If center line of the channel. Oh, pardon me. Is that part of the set of median lines? Excuse me, right? It's just the inside, right? See, I do mine. I'll do it this way. This is all right. So let's go back to oh, come here. Yeah, I shouldn't have fucked with it. All right, so then that way I'm not confused. Wait, is that channel or is that internal into the set of median lines here? So come down, that's the 75, or the 50s. All right, I've just got the 50s in my default. All right, so just cutting everything in half. Come down here and tag that 50. Now, certainly there is nothing that prevents that from going down there, which is all the more why you don't just buy it here because it's there, because it could just as easily come down here. Now, you would lose that nice diagonal shaping of this contracting diag, right? Which is why this is where you're going to look for it. But before you start piling in on the long side, because you're so very counter trend. Oh, what do you got up here? Let's put a 200 on. Right? Look at the distance from the 200. I mean, you see, it's just a common sense, right? It's never a bad thought to say, okay, well, where am I in relation to the 200? Do I want to be a buyer this far from it? Well, if you were, what you're saying is I'm assuming that the market's going to work its way back towards the 200 eventually. It's like standard deviation, right? I mean, how many standard deviations are you from? Well, you'd be at least 2 from the 200, right? So we're getting pretty far from it, right? Is that enough to get back? Well, it's not going to get there without a higher high and a higher low. That we can all agree on. So there's no reason to be down here trying to pick the turn. Let it. And I'd be more inclined to think it's going to come bump into the median line, retrace, and then there's going to need to be a big push here because you're going to have to break algo resistance. You got to get on the other side of the median line, and then you get that. The 200 would probably be right about here. 2-3, right? And don't feel like, oh shit, I missed it. Fuck, right? Because if this is going to start, well, there's the 1, right? Now, I don't know if CHWY's, right? If this is going to be part of if the equity markets are going to turn around, but even if you missed that, okay, well now you're just sitting waiting for that. You're into near the end of the year. This is another example, right? I'm telling you, I can just feel it, right, amongst traders, right, just based on the DMs and the emails that I get. You don't force just because you're annoyed that the market keeps going down. It's a recipe for drawdown. Don't do it. You're too late to be selling, really. I mean, this was probably a fucking spectacular sell. Just out of curiosity. It was decent. Second target, right? Look at that. They're all kind of lined up there. What a nice sell. Well, you got a big fair value gap here, right? You see the distance from this low to this high. You got a fair value gap right in there. It looks like it's coming back to fill that, right just in front run on the golden zone. Curiously, this is just out of curiosity. If I go to original, I'm still not there. Interesting. Well, it is true that if we don't make the median line, right, you're setting up a move equal to or greater than, right? Equal to or greater than the move that failed to get there, right? If we're in traditional structure here, right, original recipe, right, moving away from that, all right, but we can't. this is one of those issues. You go, well, okay, is it just as good in modified shift? Well, the reason that I would tell you yes is because as long as we stay above this, we are just correcting the initial impulse. This is the swing. This is the correction. So when in a correction, we go to the shift or the modified shift, right? So this is all very valid. That's really, really good work, Mr. Jack. Very good, right? But anybody watching here is looking for a trade. It is a green banana. It's not ripe yet. But that's some very creative Elliott work. Okay, let me keep moving here. CN Salazar, what do we got? BRK.B. I'm not sure what that is. BRK.B. Oh, Berkshire Hathaway. All right. I knew it. I just didn't recognize the B, the /B. Oh, what do I got down here? RSI with a moving average. I like that. Okay, Berkshire. What are we doing here? Who sent me this? Oh, this is CN. Okay, CN Salazar. Okay, I'm going to do this again, not because I don't value what volume can tell us. Oh, I'm going to pull out just a sec here just so I can see this. Okay, why are we thinking this? Okay, we're in log scale. We got earnings. We're not too far away. So this is a short. You're looking at here. So what did you send me? Shit, what did you send me? You sent me a 2 hour. Okay, let's go to a 2 hour. Oh, that's going to have to be some sort of WXY. Well, looks like you'd let's see. How are we doing? Let's check. Hang on a second. Let's slow down here. Is that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3? And we're looking for 4 here. Seems like that might. Let's just think about that for a sec. Well, there's an impulse. There's the correction, but that looks like that's just a waterfall. So it's got to be ABC here. All right, well, let's slow down here. Let's see what we're thinking here. Well, if nothing else, what we can't see, this is a sideways, right? I'm kind of surprised it didn't run that down here, but okay, so off it goes. Unless you're going to put the 1 here, which I don't think plays as well, because then you need this as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get that internal 3. All right, let's just check it real quick here. So if that's 1, 2, and oh shit, this could be 2 here. Let's do a little measuring. When in doubt, right? Measure twice, cut once. Ooh, interesting. I want to go 1, 2. Well, let's just check the other one. You kind of got the same thing here. So let's just do it this way. No, it's not making it easy. If you go here just off of wave relationship, then you're going to have to finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you could get it done, but just a little bit of a squeeze in there. Is that a force fit? 1, 2, maybe not. You can do it. All right, let's just think here. All right, so you didn't tell me, CN, you didn't tell me whether you're thinking 1, 2, or 3, or whether you're thinking 3, 4. It looks like that's completed something here. Well, if for no other reason, oh shit, I'm still on log scale. God, that's annoying. Come here. All right, remember, even though that's got a little sloppy, we want the impulses to be all self-contained. We don't want to go wide and then say, oh, it's related. Like whatever happened here is done. This is now the part of the correction of it. Okay, so what do we do here? We're doing Y here. Oh, that's here. Okay, so we're going 1, 2. That's a 5 all day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 3. 4. I get the feeling you're thinking that it's the 4. CN, are you on? Not sure if you're on or not. That you're thinking that this is the 4 coming in before we're a buyer here. Ugh. Jesus Christ, I probably have to do a little bit more work on that. But let's just focus on the... I would want a full count all the way back to, okay, where shit. I'd want to go way back in here and say, where the hell are we in the broader count? I can't... 1, 2, but I don't know how that relates to what else is before here. I won't take all that time. Let's just come in over here. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 is kind of working on it. If it's corrective, I might be looking here to start with. We're coming back to, let's bring that down here for the 4 here. 1, 2, you're kind of stuck with that. You prefer that holds the 50. You don't like a 4 to go to the 618, but that looks like it might. For the 5. Okay, so if this is, you didn't give me a label here. Okay, so come here. 1, A, B, C. All right, let's, I don't have an order block. Well, I got one here. That's already hit. There's nothing down here at this time frame. Modified any better? All right. We're going to come in on a double bottom. Well, it wouldn't be surprising. This is just the kind of thing you might see where run because what's here? Shitload of liquidity, right? We know the stops will be there, right? So that kind of a thing, interesting. But now you're playing into the 3, 4, which means it would have to be related. So, see, there you are. My current target. What are you thinking? I was going to do. I know. Okay, so you're thinking you like the short. So the 4, 5. Okay, well let's dig all the way down to that. All right. So it's a bit unclear. I'd have to spend some more time with it to see. Are we finishing up here? Is this 1, 2? Okay, it's just I'll slow us down too much if I try and dig into the whole thing. Although I'm kind of curious. All right, that's what happens to me. I may have to go back and count this whole thing because I'm curious. Okay, well, if nothing else, we can see there's a candidate here for this something to have completed here. So something down here starts to look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so there's probably some support there. Could we come that far? Well, we certainly could. So 1, 2, 3. Well, let's look at the. I think you've already got. Oh, here it is. All right, so you've got the 100 here. All right, that'd be your first target. So there's the 100. Here's the 1272. All right, so we might fatten this up a little bit to include all of that. If it's not if it's an A, B, C, and we're going to come down 100 is the most common target. 1, 2, 7, 3, 8, the second most common. Right now you're thinking, but then does that look like it would play? Right, so you'd have such a big extension in the fifth. I'm more inclined to think that you might get it right here. Well, you probably got a little structure to play with there. If you get that right, so the short on a 15-minute. Well, your short-term trend is definitely down, right? So here's a little break, right? Change of character, right? Keeps going, so you get another one here. Now we've got to break these highs here. Looks like that's a liquidity, right? This is just inducement, right? So let's try and run some stops up there. Suggests that this might be in the process, or you might get that little pocket between the 50 and the golden zone. Got a little gap in there. Come up here, run those stops, right? Because that's all just going to be stops there, right? We know that, right? So something like that for the C it looks pretty good. So if you're trading that, well, let's measure it, right? Let's measure it twice. Cut once. At the 38, all these highs here. If I saw something do that, well, let's see here. Let's just draw it out exactly, right? So you'd be looking for so what are you anticipating here? They run that the stops get run, maybe the gap gets filled. I'd pay attention to that gap right there. Run the stops. No, I'd be looking. You got to see. 15 is pretty. not bad. I'd want to see it come back one time, because if we're coming down here, we're going to do it in a 5, right? So 1, 2 after they run the stops. 3, 4, 5. That's what I'd be looking for. Right, just because it's so obvious here. That's so obvious that that's just a that's just a grab for liquidity there, right? That's what they're doing there. Grabbing stops, right, that are sitting there. But watch that gap, right? That would be something I'd be mindful of. So this could go a little higher. You got to get some evidence, right? Some lower high here, because we're looking. That's what we're expecting, right? That's the anticipation, right? Doesn't mean it does it, but that's what. If that's the 3, okay, I need a 1, 2. That's the one that the stops will be up here just as they're over here. That's the one they can't get to, right? Market's too weak. Oh, they can't get them now. They got to cover. Bulls got to cover. Right? Stops get hit and down we go. Right? That's what causes it. So I'd sit tight here, and the same thing when you get down here. You can't sit here with a limit order. Oh, you got your 80%. Okay, fine. Give me a 5. Well, I take that right, easily, right? You take that just fine. You'd have break of structure, right? You have a little mini break here, but then you got to come back, right? Eventually, right? Or it just rolls over again. Okay, that's good stuff there. Right, Berkshire Hathaway. God, I'm really curious to look at the long-term count. Okay, let me keep going, or I'll fucking go. I'm long-winded at times. Again, my own little private Idaho. Private Idaho here. I forget. I got people watching and waiting. What am I looking at here? Oh, waves to Bitcoin. You know what's funny? I was just thinking I need to go through all my Bitcoin crosses. And here I've got Sage 32 doing it for me. Look at the markets running now. Okay, so I got Vegas way. Okay, I got to pull back a little. Oh, we're on a daily. Okay, let's see where we are here. Waves to Bitcoin. Okay, interesting. All right, so I like the diag. There's not much else you could do with it. Wow, look at this. This is pretty cool, actually. So what did we do here? I got to measure it. Right to a 50. Just curious how we looked here. Cool. Probably just a coincidence. Now, what's interesting there is that you had to do it this way, because it would have been very tempting, right, to think 5 here, too, right? But look, interesting, right? So if you did it that way, can you get an AB2? Right, let's see what that would do to us, just out of curiosity. I don't know that it gets any better. All right, let's stick with what you got. But that is, look at that. Right. Crazy shit. Okay, so let's go with it. So this would, you have to get the bigger 3 here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like diag down. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can work that A, B, C. Right? It seems like since you got another set of swings, you got forced into it. My guess is you'd have preferred to do it here, right? We'd have done it like this. But we don't get that. Right, so 1, 2, that's technical, and I've got to get this right on that pivot. There, 1, 2. Whew, that's a big 3 relative to the 1, 2. All right, so let's go. Let's come down to an 8. Okay, well that's a harsh in-your-face correction. Well, there's not much question about the fact that this is all self-contained. So whatever is happening here is just in the process of finishing, if it didn't just finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That's nice work, right? You got all the internals there, although guys always use these giant. It makes me laugh. I don't know how the hell you can see what you're doing here. All these giant. Let's make that. Oh, maybe you're using your different colors. Maybe that's why. I can't see them if I don't have them that way. Okay, if there's 3, 4, 5, right? So something is trying to finish. I can see what you're doing with the ABC. So we're looking for that. Wouldn't that be nice if we came to the golden zone? You get a little bit more conviction in that. I see your setup over here. So we got 707. So he's got his platinum zone here. So if we break here, we'd look for the lower fibs to kick in. Now, not much I don't think we have to struggle with where the current trend is. So, well, all right. So let's, is that the waves on there? I got to get that off. You got to get off there. Okay. We're just going straight down, right? So little pauses, right? Little pauses, but it just continues to come down. So waves relative to Bitcoin is the week of the two. Well, I mean, this is pretty straightforward, right? So we're just going straight down, right? We for this correction to finish, right? We're going to have to wait through all of that and then come down for that, right? As he just had it drawn. I just took it off just to free up some space. So this is very much, well, this is individual trader's preference. So you'd look at this and say, okay, I've had an impulse and I'm in the process of correcting it. So could I be a buyer here? Well, you with the understanding that you're not anticipating new highs here. You're anticipating a correct. So this goes impulsive up. We're in the process of correcting that impulse, but here's the first impulse down. Now we're going to go through the process of correcting that. Right? That's the ebb and flow of it. So what's the trend? Well, this is a swing that we have a low and a high. So we are in the process of an internal retracement, which implies that the long-term trend is still up, right? This is just the internal retracement. So now this has to retrace, right? So if that's a B, then that's going to be internal to this impulse. Well, then we start down here, right? Now if it's going to be an ABC, well, then the assumption is I'm going to go external. That I'm going to break this swing here. That I'm going to go external to the C, so I complete it as a 3, but it's still swing and internal. As long as we stay above this low, it's a swing, it's an internal retracement. So here's what you're expecting to come out of it, right? To continue with the dominant trend, which is, what do we get on the daily right here? So the dominant trend is up. Oh, fuck, what do we have here? If this is... Oh, let's see, we don't have the bigger. All right, so let's get the major on this. We'll go, we can do that. All right, so if this is the big 2, okay, well, we got a lot to have happen here. Because if this is, okay, let's think about it. If this is 1, 2, and that's a impulsive 1. So the implication would be that we're starting the 3 at this degree, right? So that's all coming. Right? It's potential, right? It's all just potential. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So if we do that, that's not going to be 3. That's going to be the 1 of 3. So you're trying to get in down here into the start of the 3, right? So, your purple belt, right? That's the trade you're waiting for because you can only trade 3s and Cs. Well, you could do this a couple of ways. You could trade the C down. You could take the ride down and then take the ride up. Now, is it going to follow that path? Right, of course, no one knows. But is this a pattern we can anticipate? Right. Well, okay, 5 up, 5 down. What's likely next? Well, of course, this could just keep going. Right. Let's be clear. Right. We're not saying that, oh, well, if it's 5 down, well, it's going to pause here and it's going to do that, and it's all just potential. It might do that. Right. But do we have enough to make a trade here? Well, this might be kind of interesting down here. But note what you're doing, right? So he thinks that's going lower. If you're going to get the turn here, do you want to trade? Well, let's push this off, right? Do you want to trade into the A of the B? That's what you're saying. That I'm going to take the A here. I'm anticipating the correction. The correction is not going to break that low, and I'm going to get my 3 here, right? So you could trade. Oh God, I wonder how we do that, right? I have to check with how we do that on the belt system, because technically that's a B at the higher degree, but if you take it here, you're trading the C of the B. So I guess we have to, I'm not sure how we do that. I'll have to check with the guys. So you could trade that leg, and then if it comes down here, then you can trade that leg here, and now you're trading 3s and Cs. Well, that's a lot, right? This is a lot to be, we're just, in our mind's eye, we're filling that in, right? It's not there yet. So, okay, maybe that's what I'd be looking for here. We can anticipate the reaction here. Do we want to be a buyer here? Well, he's suggesting no. He's going to wait for the B to go and then come down for the C, right? And then he's going to be as he put it right here, right? Where's the buy? Right here. After we confirm, right? We get I got a 5 that came out of it. There's the 2 because I'm looking for the 1 of the 3 because the 3 is way the hell up here. Now that's if Waves is outpacing Bitcoin to get up to that level, well, alts are on a massive tear, right? And Bitcoin's well, you surmise, but if Waves is running that hard against Bitcoin, then Bitcoin's going sideways, and alts are in a massive move. So there's a little bit of, you don't want to overthink that, because you'll never take a trade, right? Because you'll just assume, well, shit, if Waves is doing that, Bitcoin's got to be screaming. But if Waves is doing that, Bitcoin's going sideways. You can deduce that because what it'd be unlikely, Bitcoin's going down. It's just not going up as fast as Waves. All right, that's enough. That's good work here, right? So, but this is again another example. Okay, don't just take that because you're bored. Wait, right? Where's the safe trade? Wait for the 5 in the A. Wait for the 3 in the B, and take the C. That's if you want to get into the up move here, the counter trend swing here. Your decision, right, is whether you want to trade the C there, because that's what you're anticipating before you get into the 3, right? So but this is, understand what you're doing if you're taking that trade, and make sure that you get that first 5 of the A before you take it. Okay, ZZ. Oh, what are we looking at? I don't know this one. Ball to the dollar. Ball, BAL. I don't know this one. Balancer. Oh, shit. God, there's so many now. I don't know how much. Is it? Do we have 16,000 alts? I think I heard that stat the other day, which I found hard to believe. Balancer. I've never heard of it. Well, it looks like plenty of people have. It looks like it's getting pretty good trading action here. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, let's just call it impulsive. There's the correction. We got to be in log scale. Come down here. Oh, that's a deep corner. Ooh, that hits. That's a biggie. Oh, let's see here. Well, so it's just obvious kind of. It's interesting, right? The price line is right here, but as I'm looking at this, it's almost framing it for me. Okay, well, it comes down here. That seems to be where demand kicks in. Okay, let's label it 1. Oh, that's tight. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, all still to come. So he's got a 1, 2 in here, but I'm just putting the highest degree on. Okay, that looks like a good 5. That looks like a good 3. That's a little skinny down there, but it looks like we clear it comfortably. Oh, come here. Oh, shit, not so comfortably. But we do clear it. That's enough. Right, to call it a 2. Whoa, I'm surprised they didn't get there. So that's interesting. So what happened down here? Oh, let's just use the closes. Right, there's your classic, right? It's all wick here, and even if you pull it over here, this is all wick, so you could draw this up a couple of different ways, right? It's the fact. See, you can actually see it. Okay, so why would if there are stops here that just got run, there's going to be stops here and there's stops over here. The fact that they can't get them means they already got. What that really means is they got everything they needed here before they turned it around. Enough liquidity grabbed here. Okay, we can go now. Right? Who's selling right here? Not professionals, right? Here's one thing professionals never, ever do. Sell at the lows, buy at the highs. They don't do it, right? If they have muscle to move the market, they'll push it up before they sell it. If they can, they'll push it down before they buy it, right? Because they can, right? Wouldn't you? You'd do the same thing. So would I. 3 into the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that's a good 5. All right, so let's label it up. Side, perfect. All right, sure looks like a good 5 there. Oh, we got a little truncation there. Okay, so down to, oh, shit. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so here we go. Geez, if I could only get a 5 and that would come down and land in the golden zone, I'd have a trade set up that would be great. Now, if you're looking for a trade, don't wait too long. You better get off the live stream and go grab it, because that's ready to go right now, right? It's a funky little 3, but look, you wouldn't even have to give it that much, right? I'd do it that way. right? Because you did. Well, I'll tell you why I say that. Because if this is A and this is B and that's, or fuck, what do we got to do there? We might have to. This is a 3, so you'd have to do that as a WXY. Which it ain't great, but what are you leaning into, right? We did not finish in a 5, so unless that comes up and rolls over and you get a 5 there, which is very possible. But look at the risk reward here. Well, so you're a little late now. So now I'd do it this way. You're going to count on that being the pivot, right? We want to enter as close to where we're wrong as possible, right? So if you go down here, well, then you think, well, okay, I'll give it room to the 786. Well, shit, maybe it's going to come down a little 887. Well, now you're you still got 12 to 1 here, but do you want to take that much risk? Because this is not quite good enough, right? You did not get that, right? And finished with a clean 5. So you're kind of going off of, okay, well, I know an algo fired here. Algo doesn't care what it looks like. It's just at a golden zone. So algo is going to fire here. Do I have a golden corner? Yes, I do. Is that enough to take the trade? Well, for many that would be. I think you're a little bit late, but not really. You're not too terribly late. So the other thought is you could wait here. Let's see. Okay, because this was ugly, right? That's not a. Oh fuck! I'm on an 8-hour here. So maybe I can get this and I can get this, right? Get that little pullback right before it goes. Oh shit! Let's go down. Let's go to a 2-hour. See if that looks any better. Fuck. Right, that's all the 3 you got out of it. So how do you reconcile that? Right, that's a 3 for sure. Ugh. 1, 2. Right, see that's the benefit of waiting. Do I get a 5 here? Because fuck, let's get rid. You can't get a 5 out of that. So you'd have to either go WXY, and we saw this on an earlier one, and because that's a 3, so you'd go ABC, but then you're distorting. Okay, wait a minute. So this is kind of a conundrum, right? This is a trader's choice. It's not a great setup, but you can see the algo's already just fired, right? So you can see it, right? So what do you do with that? Well, if you don't get a great setup here, given the malaise across crypto, I might want to see, a little, give me, if it could be a diag, but give me a 5. Okay, right? Because, whether you're buying it here or here, maybe not enough of a difference to really alter your thought process. I wouldn't give it a whole lot below that. It's better if you can get it right in the pocket, right? Well, now you've already got a little cushion. Well, here now you're chasing just a touch, right? It's a little bit of a chase. All right. So is this 1, 2? Right? That's the conundrum, right? What do we get here? So maybe you could get out of the way. Maybe you can talk yourself into it's a 3 here. Maybe I get a little leading diag, something like that. Then I would take it, right? Then I would be much more comfortable taking that right there. It's just a safer way to do it. I wouldn't be worried about the thing running away on me. If it does, well, let's say, oh shit, the guy made me wait. God damn it, I wanted to buy that fucking thing. Look at the thing take off now. Well, okay, if this is 1, 2, we got to have an impulse here. An impulse has got to start with a 5. So worst case, it runs away. Oh fuck, that guy kept me out of that trade. Okay, I promise you, the retrace will come. It always does. Now, sometimes it can go farther than you think, right? It can go farther. You can get a big 1 out of this, but we're likely to hit some resistance here. Well, or said differently, what's the first resistance it's going to run into? All right, so first it's got to clear that, which is no small feat. Right, there's software sitting right there that's going to try and fight that, kick that down. It doesn't mean it can't do it, but you can see like, okay, right? And then the people who catch this, they're going to go, oh, okay, well, maybe if it doesn't make the median line, right? And then we start to get a little softness here. The trailing stops start getting hit. We break the pivot. Oh, change of character. Oh, well, maybe there's one last little run. Okay, we can go get those highs. We can go, oh, lower high. Oh, shit. Oh, got to cover. Okay, and now you waited through all of that, and it ends up right where you didn't have to deal with any of that stress. Come in here. Okay, so now I can take this comfortably. Okay, here's the pivot. I'm counting on a golden corner. If they can't get the stops here, then I like the trade all the more. I might even add because they want them. If they're down there, it's a natural target. If they can't get them, that's what makes the thing start to go, we got to cover, right? And now you're blowing through and you're up to get your, right? The whole thing kind of sets up. Right? You can just see, like, imagine, okay, think who's on the other side of your trade. What are they thinking? You got to put yourself on the other side of it. Why would they be selling that right there? Well, if anybody's selling it right there, they don't know the algo's there. That's the only possible explanation. Anyone who knows it's there is not selling there. Not to mention, you're selling the low of this move, right? Which a pro is never going to do, ever, under any circumstances. They will not sell at a low like that. If they want to sell, where are they going to sell it? Right there. All right. So again, markets will be here. Don't get impatient. Oh, thanks for that one, ZZ. That's good work. All right. Okay, Trade Diva down under. Oh, this is what she and I have been back and forth on. We've been looking at this one. Okay, what did you give me? Oh, here's the link right here. All right, Luna. All right, so everybody, they are certainly getting plenty of media. All right, Luna. Oh, this looks good. All right, so let's save that. Oh, very nice. Okay, so we've got, so she's given us an SMC in here as very well. So here's the order block we're responding to. No close below it. So we've, okay, so let's focus on the count first. Let me pull back to a 4 here. Okay, clearly with the impulse and the correction. Right now we've got 1, 2, oh shit. Oh, this is good work, Trade Diva. Okay, so we've got, so clear, all right, okay, I think we can all be very clear on the fact, oh shit, I got to go to log for this. Okay, well, this clearly impulsive. There's the correction, there's the impulse, right? Did we finish there? Well, if we finish the 5 there, what are we doing here? Shit, I got to get more data there. Okay, just out of curiosity. It's too, you can't do it, right? You got it, oh shit. Keep doing this all day. I got to get that out of there. Okay. 3, 4, 5. So, just thinking, oh, we don't really have a, well, that's kind of a, you're using your mind. That's all right. We'll use it. Now, that could be that there's other data on other exchanges. I'm not sure why we're going 1, 2 there, but my guess is that's likely the case. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's still going. 1, 2, so possibility here that this is not done yet. Right, that's got another leg, and this is all just, this is the 3, right? That's possible. I mean, if it kicks here, that's likely what we're going to do, right? Because that would be way too shallow for a 2. Well, fuck, right? It's not like it can't happen, right? But if we're thinking here, we're looking for the 5 down here, or excuse me, the 2 down here. That's a long fall from where we are. See. So is Luna going to go from 130 to $5, right? That's the trade-off in log. You get, distortion there. Is that likely to happen? Well, oh, fuck, of course it could. That's a 3. Okay, so there's going to be a reason why she doesn't go with an impulse there, which I can't quite see yet. Can we not finish it? Okay, well, right off the bat, that sure looks like a 3. So I see you're thinking, Trade Diva. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the impulse. All right, so there's the ABC of the A. Okay, this is good work. Okay, so here we get a break of structure here. So we have, this is the low down here. So she's left the order block down here. This is the low that broke the structure. So this is the strong low. Okay, so A, B, C, A. How'd we get there? Oh, I see it. Okay. Nice, Trade Diva. Okay, so A, I'm expanding the B, and I'm getting a 5 down here in this diag to give me the C here. So I get an expanded flat. Yeah, we'd call that a 3. So I get an expanded flat here. So I go, oh, is that right? Yes. All right. So here, so the only thing missing here is the labeling. Oh, pardon me. So I've got A, B here, C. Okay. So 1, 2. Like it. Okay. So we're bouncing out of this order block, coming back up. Well, so if this is the B, right, we don't have to. Oh, she gave me the weak high there. Okay, so this is the break here. So this becomes, as she's noted right here, this is the weak high because this is the last low that broke the high. So did we get a break here? We got we did not get a close below. All right, so this just becomes a double bottom here, and here's the. I'd probably use the order block. I'd use the whole thing right there. So perfect tag, and then look at the Vegas wave right there as well. Interesting. Oh shit, look at that, Monty. She's working an inside pitchfork on that. Well, she got that from you. He's the only one who teaches that, so that's nice work there. So A, B, there's only one possibility here if this count is going to hold. That, oh shit, come here. If this is the B, we've done the double bottom here. Oh, that's interesting. All right, interesting. So we're coming back this way. We'd be looking for this as a 2 before we come down. There's no other way for that to play. If this is A, B, C into the B, this has to be the 1, 2. So, right, you got a little bit of a mixed messages here. That's poor English. We've got mixed messages here. Maybe something like that. So she's acknowledging here this is the weak low. So this, because we've had the last break of structure here, we don't get a break of structure here of the dominant structure since we double bottom here. So this is still the weak low. So the trend is up. Excuse me. This is the weak high since we don't break here. We don't get a new low. So the possibility here is that we're going higher here. This remains the weak low. So to change that, we have to break this low, which the count is implying. So if we label it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, is where she's got a target down here to the next order block, right? Because this is the strong low, which should hold. Where is that little thing? Oh, I always forget what the hell it is. Highlighter, right? This is the strong low that should hold because it's the one that broke structure here, gave us the high. So if this is going to come down, well, we got to break that, and then the assumption is we'd hold this. Although that's really, let's draw it. Oh shit, I'd do that since you got this is all down here, the down before the up. So if we're coming into this, boy, she teed that up pretty nicely. So we'd have just a big sideways correction here. So essentially what we're doing is this. So let's pull that back out now. Well, if that's the case, we can identify this as likely just a liquidity grab, right? So up, because what was over here, right? Nothing but stops, right? Stops, stops, stops. So if they ran up here and grabbed all that liquidity, right, because there's going to be a bunch of stops here, which you can just look at it and go, you know, if I had the muscle in the market to do that, that wouldn't be a bad place to do it. Because what's happening right here? Who's buying there? Right? We know who's buying there, right? Retail's buying there, right? Because they buy breakouts. Who's never, ever, ever going to buy there? Professional. Just won't do it, right? Because a professional will say, fuck it, man. If that goes, I'll wait for this. Because I never buy a breakout, right? I'm advising you as a retail trader, I'm including myself, right? We are all retail. Don't buy that. You're just asking. Look what happened. Look what happens. Oh, it's the same thing happened here, right? They didn't get bent over as hard here, but eventually, now if this goes down here, right, are they still long or did they already cover? Likely many of them are still long, right? Because that's not a big enough move to take the hodlers out of it, but that will be, right? You'll have some liquidations going on there. You got to learn it hard way, right? You can learn it from me or let the market teach you. Never, ever buy that or sell that. Right? It's just a hard rule, right? If you have to write it down and put it on your monitor, right? It should just be whoa, where am I? Okay, where's the pivot? Oh, well, sure as fuck, I'm not going to sell that. I sure as hell, I'm not going to buy that. Until you make that change, you're going to have inconsistent results. Trade Diva down under. That is really good work. you got everything included, right? So you got some SMC and the Elliott Wave here. Very nicely done, right? All setting up for the 1-2 here. So it's not ripe quite yet, but boy, is the setup sexy. Right now, that's now she's showing you here, right? The potential here is for this to break because that's the week low. But the implication is here that they're not going to break it, right? And then we'll get this break here on the 3, which so the trend switches to down. Now you could wait, right? If you wanted to be more conservative, and say, okay, well let's confirm that, Sam, before we are thinking on the short side. Let's get the break of structure here. So now where's the trade, right? If that's the 4, right? And down to the 5, right? So maybe getting your C down here. This is still, right? Then this would become the week low, right? If it breaks here. Now we start the whole process again. Boy, that's great work. I'm so glad that you've incorporated that in there. Very, very well done. She and I have been sharing charts lately just to make sure she was grasping this, and obviously she's nailed it. Very well done. Okay, let me keep going here. CN Saladar back with another one here. Thanks for doing that. Okay, so what do we got? EVGO. EVGO. Okay, let's copy that. This looks interesting. EVGO. I know this. I can't remember what they are, what they do. Okay, sorry, old count. Oh, that's all right. No problem, Sam. Thanks. I know we were looking for charts today, so thanks for posting. Whoa, what are you giving me, a 30-minute here? Okay. Oh, I'm going to have to pull out here a little bit here to see what we got. Okay, so it looks like we got our value area identified. Okay, well, that's what's interesting about this, right? So we've broken the low down here. So if this is an impulse here, so he hasn't updated this, which is fine. All right, so how are we going to do that, right? So with this, let's see, we got some of this locked up here. Okay, so let's just take it. Right, so we're looking at it for the first time, right? So the only way we could allow for shit, did that break? Oh, come here. Yeah, it did. Okay, so we can't go 1-2, right? So the only thought is this could, fuck, how are we going to do this? AB is the only way you could allow for that. It almost doesn't matter here. So what are we looking at here? So here's the, right, there's, what's happening here? What's happening here? Right, who's selling it there? Who's not selling it there? Same thing up here. Right? Okay, let's get in there. Okay, we're going to do it through I see, you're giving me an alternate. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get that a little brighter here. So possibly A, so it sure looks like a 3, and that sure looks like a 3. Oh, yeah, you might have a truncation there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Since that's all wick. It wouldn't change it, right? Still 1 or an A. A, fuck. A, B. That's kind of gnarly. A, B, C. You can still do it. Oh, okay. I think I'd be more inclined to do it that way. Okay, here's a good example here, not to digress too much into what happened right there. Right, 3 times up. Now, so okay, here's the classic. Here's just a right. So retail thinks, oh, it's 3 times, right? Now it's going to go for sure. So we can buy it here. Right, it's even worse here, right? So once that starts to come back down, well, then you know what happened, right? So, okay, right, all that liquidity was grabbed, so now they come down, and my guess is an algo just fired here. It did, right? So golden zone going for second target. I mean, at the end of the day, right, it doesn't matter what we're looking at. The same shit is happening all the time. Okay, where can they grab liquidity? If they grab that, who can they bend over there? How can they entice retail to buy it? Oh, well, how about a big up bar as we blow out those highs? Okay, great. So we grab all our liquidity up here. Okay, we got all the shorts we need. Now we head it down. Okay, so now we're coming this direction. right? Algo's already fired once and already got its first target. So if this is going to be something that's going to get corrected, well, okay. So this, well, if it's a 1 here, well, fuck. First we got to measure this. Ah, Jesus. Come here. Let's just not be going too fast here. If that's a truncation in the 1, look at that. Just barely got there. I just got to double check that. Well, log scale, it would definitely be there in arithmetic, but let's just be certain. Interesting, right? Look where we get that right on it. Tagged the 1618. Well, you can't get an impulse here, so you can't go 1, 2, 3 because there's no impulse. And this is all such overlap. Looks like some. God, do you have to do it here? A, B, C. No, can't do that because we don't overlap. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going too fast. All right, so if we do it here, can I get 1, 2? 2, 3. Can't do it. Nope, can't do it. So you got to do it as a diagram. So it has to be A, B, C. Oh, fuck, that's a little. Maybe you have to do it here. A, B, C, A, B, C. Oh, fuck, does it even matter here? I don't know that it does. I get caught up on trying not to blow the Elliott. Okay, so right, likely whatever was happening here is done. Right, now here's the correction of it. Here's the swing. Assuming that we're going up here, right, that this is, well, okay, let's, I don't know why I feel like I need to hurry here, but I kind of feel like I shouldn't, right? So what are we hitting there? Well, we didn't clear the golden zone. Let's go to log scale. Broke it. Interesting. There's a real conundrum. Break or no break. Well, let's just go with the 1, 2, but since this sure looks like at this point in time, it looks like it's 1, A, B, C going in, and that would play better here. So if that's broken here, that would be good news. Now we still have a dominant high up here that has to be broken. Oh, it did break down here. Oh, did we get a close below that? Yep, we did. Okay, so this is the strong high, right? Did its job. And that's the strong high. Weak low. Changes of character all the way up, but here's the range that we're in. Oh, did we get, so we got premium, right? So from here to here, we got into the premium zone. So this is a reasonable place to be shorting here. This would be the target low. Oh, I know some of you guys are seeing things you haven't seen before from us, but we're going to have some video education on that. So on the price action, the supply and demand zones, smart money concepts, right? As I guess most people know it now. Okay, so if this is ABC coming in here, what you see, part of the problem here is that we can't go 1, 2, 1, 2 because this is a new low here. Kind of a bummer. So this would be, I would not buy this here until I saw something push off, right, and give me that. Otherwise, it's kind of squirrely as it is. Kind of choppy, right, as already. And of course, we got to just watch. Right, so this just could be just pure algo driven. Well, since this one's broken, let's stick on this side. Nice high volume node here. If you're itching for a trade, I would really want this to be perfect. Like, so the A, the B, and whatever's happening here, I would want to see a clean 5 that I could really lean into. So I knew I had a good. If that's A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down into that, and then I would, if I got a golden corner, I'd probably take it. I got something like that. Oh, so this already, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and you're going to need to come down like that. Okay, I don't know that there's anything here that I would be rushing to do, but if you like this one, I'd keep it on my watch list and kind of look for something along those lines. Otherwise, there's real no, you've broken the sell side algo, so you don't have any algo to tuck in behind here. You got a iffy 5 here. You know, something down here at a high volume node, I'd take it, but boy, I would be fucking super tight on the stop, right? Why give it a lot of room? I wouldn't give it more than that. But there, you know, if we get that second target, there's 19 to 1. You know, shit, nothing says it couldn't go. But is that, right, of all the charts you might bring up, is that the one, right? So you're probably looking here because you like the story. I don't know what their story is, but that's the reason I would be here. Because if I just brought the chart up by itself without any TA on it, I'd be here for maybe 4 seconds before I would just keep moving. Next chart, next chart, next chart. Not to shit on your work there, CN Salazar. I'm assuming you're here because you like the story. Okay, last one here, and we'll wrap up. Koki, all right, man. Good to see you. I got a little DM exchange with him. Koki, what are we thinking at? What we got? Near. Oh, this is getting a lot of press lately as well. Let's see what's going on with Near. What'd you give me here? You gave me a daily on Binance. Okay. That looks like a good 5. Oh, it looks like a WXY into the 2, but it looks technical. All right. Popped 2 and through. So that's not going to be the 3. Did we already hit the median line? Looks like we did. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, we got it. So there's your 80% has been burned. All right, so that's off the table. Oh, that's not what you'd hope for there. Let's see. Boy, something really, really bad happened there to somebody. Well, you're stuck with it, right? It's not great here. This wick is really shit. I'd want to know what happened there. So you see it a lot better here. 1, 2, 3. Well, look how good that 4 is. 4 for the 5. Okay, so 1. This is kind of a fucker, right? You really don't want to go. When you're kind of being forced into 1, 2, 1, 2. Shit, that's kind of a pain in the ass. But let's go with it. Let's see how we look here. Yeah, there's nothing to pull from here, right? This is a 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're kind of stuck with it. Oh shit! I suppose there's probably an A, B, C scenario here, but let's just stay on the bull side. This is one of the few alts that's going. Well, it kind of looks like this got. Right, so all of this, right, this all liquidity, and it looks like that got played. What you look at enough charts, right, you'd start to see, like, you can read the story, right? There's always a story here. What happened here, right? Who's selling there? Who's not selling there? Professionals. Okay, so 1, 2, 1. Fuck, you're kind of stuck with it. Is there some? Could we WXY? This we really don't want to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, actually, we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The only thing that looks like it might be better here. God, can we get? I don't know. You can get it. That's a pretty good 5. Ugh. I was trying to work this as a WX. Since this is a good 3, this is a WXY, and so the 2 would be here. I'm not sure you can make that fly. Well, you'd have to do it. Fuck. You can't. You really can't do it. it would be such a force fit to try and turn. God, can we put the 1 here? No, we can't do it. That's a 5. You stuck with it. That's a 3. Take out the wick, and it's clearly a 5. ABC, right? You're fucking stuck with that. So you got an ugly count here. Ooh, that would make me a little uneasy. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so you got to take that one swing at a time is pretty much what that's forcing you into. That's not much of a finish there. So I'd be inclined to think this. 3, 4, 5 looks like A, B, C, or W, X, Y. Well, let's see. Let's just do a little measuring, right? So here's a classic. Jesus Christ, right? Can you set this up any better? Double top. All right, there it is again, right? Who's buying there? Oh, we're going this time. All right, now they break that there. So there's the break of structure. So this is the important low down here. Did its job, right? Gave us a break of structure. So where's the 3? Let's measure it. One, 2, 3, 4. So let's try and label that. 1, 2. Do we have it there? 3, 4, 5. You might have it. All right, let's just assume we do. All right, would that fly? Yes, I love that. But this is kind of a difficult chart. It's not really playing clean Elliott ball. It's playing tricky ball. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fuck. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to squeeze it in there. Not the cleanest count ever. And this is, I'm kind of guesstimating here. Well, let's see. Let's go to a 1. That's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like you got to do it here. BC, WX. That's how I would do it. WXY. Trying to get that 4 in over here. Okay, so is the algo is what the problem is up here? Probably. Yep. Never not there, right? It's always there, probably here as well, right? Every market, doesn't matter, always the same. Right, up, tag it, right? Both sides, right? Just algo, right? If you don't know where that is, I don't know how anyone trades successfully without knowing where that is, but people do. I know, because probably, I don't know, 1% of all traders on the planet know that algo. It's our advantage. So it looks like, well, if this is ABC, that's not a great finish. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get an A in that. A, B. It's not really the C you'd hope for there, is it? But we just looked at that. That's the one. Is this the one? We just look at this one? Yeah, this one just hit. So they got a series going here, right? So swing, retrace, right? They don't have that target yet. Let's get this one out of here. This one is hit, so that's already burned. So if we're coming back, all right, say this is not right. This is the one that's hit. This is the next one here. So as it comes up here, that's not that it's broken there, but the one. Well, first it's got to clear that one. So let's focus on that. Okay, just to continue to demonstrate here. Oh, let's look at all these. Are really. Okay, so what's happening here, right? liquidity. How do you know it, right? How do you look at the chart and know what happened there? Because look what comes off of that, right? Do you see what they're doing down here? All of these are stopped, right? So run the stops, right? Oh, any latecomers? So that left an order block right there. You can see it right here. All right. So okay, everybody on board. Good. Okay, up we go. It's been mitigated, right? So it's not as good the second time. They already tapped it. I'd be on hold here, right? 'Cause you don't have the clean finish that you want. So why gamble? You didn't get the 5 that you wanted, right? If this is AB, I didn't get the C. So then you got to look. Okay, well, if that's ABC, am I misinterpreting this? Could we do it this way? Well, we probably could actually. Let's look at it, right? Could I do it this way? No, fuck you. Come here. X, Y. Okay, so we do have this wrong. Is this the 3, right? We got to get up here. So this would have to be the 3. This would have to be the 4, right? Could that play? Well, it cleans up this side here, but I don't know that it's any better over here. If this is the 2, okay, can this be the 1, 2, 3? Fuck. Right, see, that's such a good 3. Oh, hang on a second. Let's come in here. Let's measure that again. How did that top look? 1, that's the 2. Here, any better? It might be, actually. We might get more, right, so the range will be better. If we do it this way. 3, 1, 1, 2. Now, that's all impulse, right? That's a pretty big rip. That's going to be, that looks like maybe 2, 6, 1, 8. Boy, could it go that big? Could it be that big? Well, and so, okay, look at the 1, 2. Look what we get right here, which that's kind of why I was like, okay, 3, 4, 5. God damn it. I want to put the 5 here. A, B. I kind of want to do this. Oh, is it a double? That might do it. Oh, so this would be WXY. Could we do it that way? Oh, fuck. Hang on a second. ABC. Here, so we do it this way. WXY. That might do it. Oh, fuck. Why do I keep... ABC. Here, Jesus Christ, I'm confusing myself. ABC. Get in there. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the W. That's the X. A, B, C, Y, X, Z. You might be stuck with that. But then that, boy, that's a big... Let's say I love this one. X. So all of that is I'm going through gymnastics over here to try and accommodate that, right? How do I deal with that? I got to end with a 5, right? So if it's an ABC, that's got to be the 5, right? So one way or another, I got to have a 5 in here. If I don't have it here, well, can I work it through the swing structure there? Or you just wait, right? And you say, well, I didn't get what I wanted here. Could you take the trade? Well, sure, you're already a little bit late, but is it tradable? Well, they count. So this is the kind of the blessing and the curse of Elliott, right? So I guarantee you, 5 Elliotticians are going to give you 5 different counts there. If I had more time with it, I don't know, but that looks like because of this, right? That's you're working backwards because of that, because I can't finish there unless it's through this convoluted some sort of fucking triple here. Is that enough for the trade? Well, okay, let's just think about what the upside targets are, right? So if this is the 1 and if this is the 4, all right, well, that's pretty good risk reward. So, well, you're kind of late here, but let's just say you're going to wait for the pullback here. That maybe you're going to get a retrace to the order block. I mean, that's a common target, 8 to 1. Oh, this is the strong high still, or pardon me, the strong low. All right, it's not been broken. So this is, it's close, right? But this is the strong low, gave us the break here, and it has not been broken. So this is the target up here. This is the weak high, right? SMC stuff, right? So here's the retrace into the order block, and you push away. So where's the target, right? Well, so one downside of SMC, right, is it doesn't give you targets. If you're going to new highs, right? I should say it that way, right? Let me be more specific. Okay, so this is the target because that's the weak high because it's the strong low. So that it does give you that as a target. But in terms of where this count could we be going, well, I'm just using the most common length of the 1 predicted from if that holds is the 4. Okay, well it's 8 to 1. Are we so jaded in crypto that 8 to 1? Oh, snore. When I can get 80 to 1, then I might be interested. I mean, 8 to 1's a nice trade. It's a tricky count in there, Koki. That's a tricky one. God, you can't work a triangle. It's because this is too far. So you're kind of stuck with maybe a double or unless I've just got this wrong, and that's the 5 up here. And it's even if I did, right? So I don't have massive. I'd want to spend a little more time with that. But if that's the 3, let's say it is. Well, you just take it. It's just instead of a triple, it's a double, right? ABC, 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 right? It doesn't change the outcome here. So you could really 5 Elliottations giving you a different pivot up here. It almost doesn't matter. Here's the order block. The market's reacting to it. Here's the weak high. Here's the target from the Elliott's, right? So you got a nice combo of tools in here. All right, let's just add the channeling. Well, why would you not take that trade? Oh, just out of curiosity, let's put the, we'll use Vegas. Ooh, right. So the 233 is still below. Right now it's starting to push. Shit, right? I may take that. That's pretty good, actually. Why do I say that? Because whether the 3 is here, the 3 is here doesn't change the target or the swing structure, right? That's a good little trade, right? So if we waited all day, we got through all of that today, and a lot of them were green bananas, but that one that's ripe and already starting to turn a little brown, right? Like don't wait too long on that. If you're gonna go. Let's see here. Let's just look at where the resistance is, right? Because we know it already tagged this once. All right, so we already hit that one once, so we're going to go swing low to swing high. Well, look what it's got to clear up here. And there'll be an order block in there, so there's, this guy here. Oh, come here. This guy here, right, it's going to have to come up and get through that. All right, so here you got little micro, here's the change of character. It's going to have to come up here, break that. So even if it goes up from here, what are we... What are we anticipating? Not that it's going to go straight. We're anticipating at some point. Well, here you got another one here. So you might do something like this, right? So if you're not in now, you might wait for that because that's what you're anticipating to come off of that. So if you get it here, risk reward doesn't need to be that far. Oh, you got 12 to 1 there. You're not even a target. That's making a big assumption. So eventually, it's got to break here. Well, we can't get there. If it's gonna go, we got to break that, right? Just because it's an order block is there doesn't mean it breaks. It's just like a golden zone, right? Same difference, right? So you just got resistance, right? That's all it is, right? It's SMC, right? Everybody gets it's all fancy. What are we talking about? Selling resistance and buying support. It's just repackaged, right? Okay, so there we go, right? So there's some interesting things to think about. I think that covers it, right? I think we got everyone, Monty, did we? All right. Hey, Tamo Milan. Hey, you go, Monty. Sam, my guy. All right. I appreciate that. I think we got everything. Monty must be on a bathroom break. Okay, so I guess we'll wrap here, guys.
No, I'm here.
Oh, are you? Okay. All right. Probably having lunch. Okay, I think we got everybody covered here. I didn't see any requests, so I think we'll call it a wrap here. How'd we do on time? Oh, shit, we only ran 15 over. That's good for us. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you got a few little nuggets out of that, and maybe a few setups that would, if they're not, maybe they get to your. I keep an A, B, and a C watch list of things that look like they're really ready for entry, and others that I'm watching because I like the structure that's setting up. So this would certainly be one that could be on your A list, and the others I think we're all B's and C's, as in a little more has to happen. But guys, thanks for all the content. That was really good trio, good mix we had throughout the day. So we appreciate that. I always thank the members because they're the one who gives us the content. And so I think next week we'll start up again, going Monday, Tuesday. But I've got some more stuff I want to get to you guys because I'm now introducing some concepts that some of you may not have seen before. Some of you probably, I'm sure, have heard of it. And so I want to do a little introduction to our YouTube subs so that as I start talking more and more about some of the market structure stuff, that at least everybody's clear on what I'm speaking to there. Okay, so with that, look for some new content on the YouTube channel. That should be coming out this week. Its members have all got it, but eventually we'll get it off to the YouTube subs. And with that, we'll wrap it. Time for lunch, and you guys take it easy. Thanks.